Good afternoon, YouTube, and thank you very much for watching Page Styles. If you find the content to be entertaining yet informative, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. So today, I want to get into two fragrances I've been wearing on and off since July 5th. They're from Mr. Travis Gerhard, aka Dapper Fragrances. First one I'm going to speak about is Roja Dove Elysium, and the second one is Creed Pure White. Also want to say just these are common stock bottles. This is the size is 30 milliliters. The concentration extrait de parfum. So with Roja Dove's Elysium, I want to give down the break down the notes. There's a lot of notes you use for this. Top notes: lemon, bergamot, grapefruit, lime, lavender, thyme, artemisia. The mid or heart notes: lily of the valley, May rose, jasmine, apple, black currant. And for the base notes: galbanum, pink pepper, cypriol, vetiver, cedarwood, juniper berry, benzoin, vanilla, labdanum, leather, ambergris, and musk. For the performance, I put it on at 9 a.m. this morning. It didn't become a skin scent to where I had to put my nose actually on my skin until about it was 5:40. So from 9 a.m. to 5:40, 8 hours, 40 minutes. Pretty lengthy longevity. And with my skin, as a disclaimer, I have dry skin. My skin tend to drink these fragrances up. But when you spray it on, the good thing about being an extrait de parfum, not sure if you can see, that's a lot of oil or perfume oil. Open and blast, you're going to get the lemon, the bergamot. You're definitely going to get the grapefruit. I don't really get the lavender or the thyme. I'm pretty sure it's there because he actually gave me the note breakdown on this. But the open and blast is just a lot of citrus. I mean, it's borderline juicy citrus at that, not just smelling like citrus. It's like kind of photorealistic citrus. I can't lie. This is definitely not a linear scent. You're going to get the open and blast. I didn't get too many of the heart notes, but that dry down, which on my skin started around 4:30, you can definitely get the sweetness from the benzoin and the vanilla. Projection of this monster, the first 2.5 hours, it was a monster. I can't go say beast mode. It definitely was highly projected off my skin that first 2.5 hours. The second 2 hours, almost another 2.5 hours, it was still projecting. It wasn't monstrous, but it was definitely above average. From 9 until I took my lunch today at 2:30, it was still pretty much there. It wasn't a skin scent. I mean, pretty much we probably was still at arm's length at 2:30 or 5 hours, 5.5 hours into it. I really didn't have to start digging into my skin with my nose, putting my nose right up to my skin until almost the 5 o'clock mark. At 5:40 is when I'm pretty much starting to film this. So that's when, like I said, it's a skin scent, but it's still usable fragrance. So, I mean, it may go longer than that, but just as of right now, just as a generalization, from 9 to 5:40 is what I have got on this. I mean, I like it. Now, my girl, she said she gave it a 5 out of 10. She said it was pleasant, but for some reason, it reminded her of like lemonade and Hennessy. Not sure where she got that from, but that's her nose. I can't fault her or say she's crazy for that. Now, compliment factor, I believe this is definitely going to be a compliment animal. And the reason why I say that is because the few times I've wore it, or more than a few times since July 5th when I first got both of these in the mail, I've had some unsolicited comments, and then I also have went up to people and asked them how do they think about it and give me a rating. Now, this is just roundabout. What I do remember, that I went before I lost count, I did get 8 compliments. Most of the ratings was between 5 out of 10 and 7.5 out of 10. So I definitely believe this is mass appealing enough to where it's going to be highly pleasant to most people. I mean, everybody doesn't like everything. I mean, myself personally, I don't have Roja Dove Elysium, the original, so I can't tell you how it compares to it. But what I can say is that I really like it. I mean, personally, I'll give it a 8 out of 10 with the smell wise. And the reason why I'm not going to say that's low, but I can't go too much higher, is for the fact I do have something comparable to that with Mr. Sammy Andros Blue Sapphire, which, smells, I'm not going to say identical, it smells a lot like it. So, I mean, not to, beat a dead horse, definitely an 8 out of 10 fragrance. This is definitely something I would recommend to anyone who's not trying to spend the retail or spend that amount or break a budget to get Roja Dove's Elysium. Now, the second fragrance I'm going to talk about is Creed Pure White, also from Dapper Fragrances. Going to run through the notes real fast. There's a lot less notes in this. Top notes are lemon, Sicilian bergamot, Italian grapefruit. The mid or heart notes are galbanum, petitgrain, sweet pear, and neroli. The base notes, ambergris, white musk, rice powder. I will say, performance on this was stellar as well. I got from 9 until almost 5:12 to where I stopped, to where before I had to dig my nose right into my skin. So once again, just like the Roja Dove version, the first 2.5 hours was very, very, projection was great. The projection lasted to almost 3 o'clock before it became like I can't say arm's length, I would say elbow's length out. Still had a nice, very nice, pleasant sillage, projection, definitely more above average than most. But once again, when you spray these on, like with this Creed one as well, just one spray, you're going to get a lot of perfume oil. I mean, just being an extrait de parfum. I mean, and you definitely get the bergamot. I get more bergamot and grapefruit than I actually get lemon. I get the neroli. I definitely smell that because I'm one of the reviewers who actually do like neroli. And you get the white musk. I don't really get the ambergris and that powdery feeling from it. Probably is from the rice powder. Now, this is a lot more linear than the Roja Dove Elysium from Dapper's Fragrances, but it is just a great smell. Now, with this one, I got 6 compliments from it. All 6 of them, people said it was a 10 out of 10 fragrance. And most of the compliments it wasn't like, oh, you just smell nice. Oh, yo, man, that's banging. Oh, man, that's perfect. Where you get it from? So, I'll tell people you can go on Facebook groups because I don't know of no online store as of yet. But, personally, out of both of them, I like the Creed Pure White a little better. And obviously, I got less compliments from that. Well, 2 or 3 less, but all of them was 10 out of 10 ratings. And this one for the Creed Pure White, I didn't go out my way to ask anybody. These was all unsolicited. So let's see. I did the longevity, performance. I would highly recommend both of these. Just the Creed Pure White, just as I said about the Roja Dove Elysium. If you're not trying to spend Creed's money, retail, you want something very comparable for a lot less, and you're still going to get above average quality. And I don't have another clone house that's comparable to this. I'm definitely going to recommend both of them, with Creed being my favorite. I personally rank Creed a 9.5 out of 10. I haven't met a 10 out of 10 fragrance yet, nor am I that willing to give something 10 out of 10 because I was raised to believe ain't nothing perfect. I can't really find a flaw in it, but I just don't believe anything is perfect. So you'll never hear me say, oh, something is a 10 out of 10 fragrance. But this Creed Pure White is as close as it gets. So that pretty much wraps it up. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I believe both of these are stellar offerings from Dapper Fragrances. I bought both of these myself, so this opinion and review is totally uninfluenced or no influence to it. Mr. Travis Gerhardt, you did your thing with both of these. I probably got to check you out to, see a few different offerings. So once again, from Dapper Fragrances, Roja Dove Elysium, and Creed Pure White. Thank you very much for watching Page of Styles. Let's grow and evolve together. In this book of life, please turn to the Page of Styles. And once again, if the content was informative to you or even entertaining, or you just want to support your boy, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It's free to do so. Salute.